Welcome to the Bark Night Podcast, where we shine a spotlight on the world of film and television through news, reviews, and in-depth discussion. Today's episode takes a slightly different tone as we look back and remember the many artists that we've lost so far in 2026, voices that helped shape cinema and television across generations. So this episode is going to be about celebrating the impact that they had and the stories that continue to live on through their work. So we'll reflect on their careers, revisit their films and performances, and talk about why their contributions still matter to audiences today. And that'll be followed by our latest movie and physical media news. So be sure to like, follow, or leave a rating wherever you're watching or listening. It helps keep the reels turning. So how you doing, Dan? You got to see any movies lately?
I'm doing good, my friend. How are you?
I'm good.
If I told you last time we spoke, I caught Rach McAdams' Send Help. I caught Send Help.
Oh, you saw Send Help? How was it?
I enjoyed it. I liked it quite a bit. If you like Sam Raimi, I think that's right. It's like a perfect like Sam Raimi movie. Like it's got all the stuff you expect from it. But yeah, I had a good time with it.
Good. Yeah, I've seen his filmmaking style in the trailer, like the shot of her like screaming in the airplane. I'm like, oh, the way he zooms in on her, that's pure Sam Raimi right there.
Yeah, that's him. Yeah, that's all over the place. The weird humor and then all of a sudden like moments of holy crap, you know?
Yeah.
There's a couple of those. But yeah, I had a good time with it. I'd definitely watch it again. I mean, if you haven't seen it yet, you're probably not going to go catch it in the theater, but it was a good time.
It's been killing it at the theater. It had like a 1% drop this week.
Oh, that's good, dude. After the crushing Bone Temple news, that's good to hear.
Yeah. Yep.
Has anything else come up about that while I've been gone?
No.
Nothing. So they haven't like officially greenlit the sequel or anything like that yet?
No. I mean, they technically already greenlit it.
Okay.
But that doesn't mean as much as it used to, so they can still cancel it. There's been no new news on it lately. I think they're hoping that it kills it on digital, so we'll see what happens there, but I'm sure they'll find a way to screw that up too at this point.
They probably will. Yeah, for those who don't know, I spent the last week on a cruise ship, kind of just disconnected from the world. It was weird. It was weird. I'm back into it, and now I'm just trying to get back caught up speed.
Yeah.
Watched a lot of Olympics when I got back because I missed that all, which bummed me out.
I know, I took that for granted.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I just been working all the time.
Yeah, dude, it's a weird time of year. Like we're all just trying to survive the spring, I think.
Yeah, so let's jump into our first person here. So,
yep.
You know, there were a few people in 2025 that we didn't talk about, so I thought it would be good to kind of bring them up first.
Okay.
Because we never really talked about them. I was surprised last year. A couple of these I think we briefly mentioned in passing, but so the first one I want to talk about is Gene Hackman.
Yes.
We just celebrated 1 year since he passed away, and
really?
Sarah was just saying that like she's like still barely recovered from that emotionally, and part of that is because he was an actor that she knew very well. When she doesn't watch that many movies, but she's seen a lot of his movies.
Right.
But the other part of it is how he passed, and we don't need to get into all that, but it was like a sort of a very scary situation.
Like a Shakespearean tragedy, kind of.
It was really scary. So that's one thing that kind of has stuck with her, but we won't focus on that. But interestingly, I just watched one of his movies last night that he's known for here is The French Connection. Have you seen that?
I have. I need to rewatch it. It's been many moons, but it's a quintessential like action movie from the 70s, I think, right?
Yeah, it's from, I think, 71 or 72.
Yeah, absolute classic. It's,
same director as The Exorcist.
Mm-hmm. William Friedkin comes to mind, but I think it's the author. Is it
William
right?
Friedkin. Yeah. He is a hell of a director, man. He did Sorcerer too.
Yeah, I gotta watch Sorcerer. After we talked about it, it's been coming up on my feed on Instagram like constantly. Like, this movie looks cool. I gotta check this out.
Yeah. So I have become somewhat of a big fan of William Friedkin lately, and I will say this is my first time watching The French Connection, and it's probably my least favorite.
Sure.
Of the William Friedkins, but it is still very good. He also did To Live and Die in LA, which I watched for the first time, I think since I was a kid, the other day. And man, the ending of that just blew me away. I was just like, oh man.
That one I haven't seen.
It's good. You should definitely check that out. But I mean,
for some reason, I think that was like the first like R-rated Disney movie, but I might be wrong about that.
To Live and Die in LA?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm gonna look that up real quick. You keep going, buddy. Sorry.
I'd be blown away if this was made by Disney, and to be honest with you, because it's very, very dark. Very dark. But yeah, Gene Hackman was really good in The French Connection. So was Roy Scheider.
Mm-hmm.
So that one's definitely worth checking out. Another one of his big ones here that I wanted to mention is Unforgiven.
100%. Like that's a all-time classic as well. That was what 92, I think, or 93, one of the two.
Sounds about right.
92, because we didn't have it on our 93 list. And I know it would have been on at least one of ours.
Yep. Yeah, that's a fantastic movie there. What he does is he has a way of playing that part, and it's also in the writing of it in a way where, like, he almost doesn't seem like that bad of a guy. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, and that's part of the thing at the end there when he's like, I don't deserve this. And then Clint Eastwood's like, deserving's got nothing to do with it, or whatever. Whatever he says.
Yeah. Unfortunately, in my brain, Unforgiven gets crossed over a little bit with another early 90s Western he did. You probably can guess what it is.
The Quick and the Dead.
Yeah. I always get those two characters mixed up because they're not similar, but they're both Westerns, and he wears a hat, you know?
It's wild to me that The Quick and the Dead is a straight-to-TV movie.
Right.
Because it's Gene Hackman, it's Sharon Stone, it's Leonardo DiCaprio, and it's Russell Crowe. And, I mean, I watched the hell out of that movie when I was a kid. I think it was TNT, I want to say.
Yeah.
They were all about the Westerns in that era. It's very good.
So I was wrong. It was To Live and Die in Beverly Hills is the first R-rated Disney movie. Sorry, Down and Out in Beverly Hills. So similar but different.
I have seen that.
Hey, it's close-ish.
To Live and Die in Beverly Hills.
But yeah, I really like Quick and the Dead. I think it's kind of an underrated one. And he's the central villain of that one, too.
Yeah. Have you ever ended up catching The Conversation?
No, I didn't see that one.
Yeah, that one still, I mean, it's very good. In the way of like the Francis Ford Coppola ones, I think it's a little bit that one was a little bit harder for me because a lot of times you see these movies and like when I first saw Chinatown, I remember one of my coworkers was like, "Oh, what'd you think of it? I thought, it was super overrated." And I was like, "I'm going to be honest with you, man. I loved it." Yeah. And that's the thing about movies of that era is you have to be really engrossed in the subject matter and the actors and everything that's happening. And The Conversation just kind of didn't do that for me because it's like extended scenes of literally just Gene Hackman sitting at a desk listening to an audio recording of a conversation over and over again. You hear this conversation like 50 times in this movie. And so it's like that one was a little harder for me, but I do appreciate it, and at this point I've only seen it once. So it might, wear on me a little bit over time in the future where I'm like watching it knowing what I'm getting into a little bit more. But yeah, that one was a little tough for me. But I do think it's one of those that, a lot of people are absolutely in love with. So I think it's absolutely worth checking out to see if it is for you. But, I mean, there's no denying that he's great in it.
Oh, yeah. He's great in everything he does. Another one of his early 70s movies that I loved growing up, The Poseidon Adventure. Did you ever catch that one?
I did, yeah. Him and Ernest Borgnine.
Yeah. One of my favorite disaster movies. Is it cheesy? Sure. But I love it. And like they made a sequel of it. I don't think that movie exists really. Like I know it's out there. I don't ever want to watch it opposed to the original.
Yeah. It's weird that they call it the Poseidon Adventure.
Yeah. It's not an adventure.
It's not an adventure.
You're not having, no one's having any fun in that movie.
It's the anti-adventure. What's the second one called? Like The Poseidon Adventure Continues.
Something like that, probably. But yeah, no one's having fun. No one's having fun at all. It should be like the Poseidon, oh my God, watch out. You're going to fall to your death.
The Poseidon Tragedy.
There we go. That's better.
Yeah, he plays like basically the character that Kurt Russell plays in the remake, right?
Right. Like a jaded kind of priest who's not really, kind of like losing his way with God and such. And yeah, trying to lead people through the ship on the adventure. Woo, fun.
Yeah.
It's not. But I do love that movie. I think it's worth a watch for anyone who has any interest in like disaster films.
Yeah. I watched the remake of that, I think last year, and it was pretty good.
Maybe I should give it a second chance. I know it came out, I went, don't like this at all, and just kind of flopped it out of my brain. But I should give it a second chance because I like Kurt Russell. I think Emmy Rossum's in there. I like her a lot.
Yeah.
So maybe I should give it another chance. But I also kind of just want to watch the OG again. now.
The OG, I mean, the OG is where it's at, but and Poseidon does remove the adventure from it because there's like they knew they're like there's no adventure. This era is like they're notorious for adding the adventure on to things like that too, like Adventures in Babysitting and The Adventures of Buckaroo Banzai.
I was wondering if you're gonna pull that one out.
Oh, I'll pull it out. All right, I love that movie. I just watched that not too long ago too.
I need to watch that one again as well.
Yeah, I love that movie. But yeah. Have you seen Behind Enemy Lines?
Yeah, with oh my god, Owen Wilson.
Yeah.
I like that one too.
There was a period of my life where I watched that movie all the time. I had the DVD and I watched it so many times. And yeah, that's a solid one. Really, really good stuff in there. That's late stage Gene Hackman because he retired in 2004, it looks like. And yeah, and which is wild.
Feels like he was around longer than that in my life.
Yeah, it's crazy. And so his last movie was Welcome to Mooseport, but he's in 101 things before he retired, which is crazy.
Impressive. Do you think he saw 101? He's like, nah, I'm good. Or do you think he was like, oh, I wish I would have stopped at 100?
I don't know. I feel like he's not the type of dude to track that whatsoever.
Oh, absolutely. 100% he wasn't.
Yeah.
Another one of his late stage movies I love was The Replacements.
I love The Replacements. The Replacements is awesome.
Such a good sports comedy. Great cast. Just Keanu Reeves. Just so much fun. It's one of my favorite like sports comedies for sure.
Yeah. And Enemy of the State.
Yep.
Enemy of the State. So a lot of people say that it's like a spiritual sequel to The Conversation because his character is in The Conversation is very paranoid. Yep. And he's very all about these recording devices. And you can see the evolution there of how that character could come to be.
Oh, sure.
It's not, but like I said, it's not an action-packed movie. It's more of a spiritual thing, you know?
Gotcha.
I do like Enemy of the State. That's a great movie.
I do too.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't bring up Hoosiers.
I don't think I've ever seen Hoosiers. That's the basketball one, right?
Yeah. Oh, you like sports movies. I'm surprised you haven't seen that one.
Yeah, it's surprising I missed that one. But, you know, like you said, there's always blind spots for everyone.
Yeah. Well, I haven't seen it either, so for what it's worth.
I mean, and like, not to be this guy, but basketball is usually the one I watch the least amount of. both in real life and in movie form.
Yeah. I haven't watched a lot of basketball in a long time. I'm
a hockey guy. They play at the same time of year, so you can't watch both.
Oh, well, that's true. In closing on him, you know, he's one of the defining actors of Hollywood and the Hollywood that became the enduring beast that it was for those 30 years that he was
active.
You know, pulling out blockbuster after blockbuster there. So, you know, he had a lot of grounded, psychologically complex performances, and he brought a lot of realism to both heroes and deeply flawed characters, just like the ones we were just talking about there. So I think he's the type of actor you just don't see as much anymore. That's so versatile, you know?
Two-time Oscar Award winner for Unforgiven and French Connection.
There you go. Yeah, the French Connection was good.
He was also nominated for Mississippi Burning, which is a movie I have not seen.
I haven't either.
Give it a shout out.
Yeah. Another one I wanted to mention, Robert Redford.
Yeah, that one was one of those ones that when it happened, I just it didn't register for a week, it felt like.
That was a tough one.
You think in your head well, he's not in danger of passing away, but I guess that's just how your brain lies to yourself sometimes.
Well, and it's crazy because you never know.
Yeah.
Because some of these people, at least one of them that we're going to talk about, had diseases and illnesses that you kind of know, and then some of these are just sudden. It just happens, you know?
Yeah. He was 89. I guess, for some reason my brain always clocked him as younger than that.
Yeah. And he's another one that was just really pulling out all of these crazy movies in sort of the heyday of Hollywood, of the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, you know?
Yeah,
Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid.
Yeah. Jeremiah Johnson, that was him, right?
Yeah, that's the one that GIF that everybody thinks is Zach Galifianakis.
It's not. we got Vin with that, right? Trying to say who that was. I think in group chat one time.
Yeah. I feel like he's just not seen that many movies sometimes.
He hasn't, yeah. It's unfortunate.
I mean, he's probably knocking it out of the park for kids' movies, though, for what's
100%. You got two young kids, you're going to be seeing all of them.
Right. He had that late stage sort of reintroduction to a new generation with Captain America and Winter Soldier.
Right. He got that Marvel money.
Yep. So that was great.
He showed up in the last Avengers movie.
Yeah, Avengers
little
Endgame.
little bit part.
Yep. Yeah, he's just one of those actors that you always know if he's in it, it's got a certain quality,
Right.
and you always know he's going to bring it, you know? He brings
Yeah.
like a certain authority to each one of his roles. He was the founder of the Sundance Film Festival as well.
Which is big.
Huge. One of the ones that I've been meaning to watch for so long, it's just forever on my watch list, is All the President's Men. Have you seen that one?
Nope, it's on mine too.
Yeah. We should do a blind spot for that. I feel like that deserves it one of these times for 70s movies.
Yeah, write that down. We'll take that one as take that one for a spin, I mean to say. I think it's a good idea. What else? I'm looking through his repertoire here. Horse Whisperer, my mother loves that movie. But she likes horse movies to start with.
Yeah, I've never seen that one.
The Sting.
Spy Game. You see The Last Castle?
Last Castle, that's him and James Gandolfini?
Yeah. It's very good.
It is.
It's funny. I see this stage in the 90s where he's just making non-stop mom movies basically. A river runs through it, Up Close and Personal, The Horse Whisperer.
Hey, if you can make that mom movie money, you got to get it.
That's right. Sneakers, you saw that one?
No, what's Sneakers?
Sneakers is with him, Dan Aykroyd, Ben Kingsley, River Phoenix, Sidney Poitier, and David Strathern. A security pro finds his past returning to haunt him when he and his unique team are tasked with retrieving a particularly important item. It's very good. I'm surprised you haven't seen it because it was on TBS non-stop during the 90s, I swear. I bet you've seen it in passing. If you watched it right now, you'd be like, "Oh, this. I have a hidden memory that this just awoke." And
that's very true. A lot of 90s movies, we talked about before. Sometimes you just turn on, you're like, "Oh, this is interesting," and you'll watch it. You don't even know what the movie was called. You were just there watching it.
Yeah,
because you couldn't push a button to see what it was. It just told you what channel you're on.
Yeah, exactly.
And I had my TV guide with me,
But yeah, Robert Redford, I thought he was worth bringing up because we never really took the time to give him his due. He was a major bridge between that classic Hollywood of the 60s and 70s and then the modern independent filmmaking that we know today because of the Sundance Film Festival and, his influence over generations of actors, directors, indie cinema. All of it is kind of, it's going to be felt for a long time. So.
Right. Very prolific in that field.
Yeah. And then the last one of 2025 that I wanted to talk about was Diane Keaton.
Yes.
She was right at the end there of the year, and she's been in a lot of things here as well. She was in the Godfather trilogy. I assume you've seen all those, right?
Yes. I need to rewatch them, but yes, I have.
Yeah. Have you seen Annie Hall?
No, I have not seen Annie Hall. I was just about to bring that up.
Yeah, she's well known for that one. I've not seen it either. It is Woody Allen, I believe. That's her big thing that she's known for.
Yeah, that was her Oscar-winning movie.
Something's Gotta Give. I have seen that one.
That's a fun movie. Yeah. Her and Jack Nicholson.
Yeah, I have seen that. That's fun. The Father of the Bride movies.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot there were 3 of those.
I think the
third one, it says short, so maybe there weren't really 3 of them.
Oh, gosh, yeah. I'm looking back through, I see The Family Stone that I went to on a date, and it was a terrible date movie. God, that movie was not one. That was a downer. Looking through her thing, she did a lot of movies that I never caught.
Yeah.
But Finding Dory, she was in Finding Dory?
I don't know that I've seen Finding Dory, to be honest with you.
You see Finding Nemo?
I've seen Finding Nemo a bunch of
good.
times.
You're good then.
Yeah.
Finding Dory's fine, but the other one's way better.
That's all you need. I mean, I think her best role for me is her role in the Godfather movies because I love those movies, and she plays that part so well. And one of the best parts about it is you get to see her over time and how all of this impacts her. And I think those movies navigate those relationships between her and Al Pacino's character and how they react to everything over time and how their relationship evolves, especially because in the first movie he's with her at the beginning and then he goes to Sicily and marries another woman and then comes back and is just shows up and is like, "Hey, my wife died. You want to get back together?" And she's like, "Sure." And then it all starts all over again there,
Yeah. Yeah, 100%, my friend.
She helped redefine sort of the screen naturalism and the modern romantic comedy. And, you know, she combined sort of the comedic performance with the eccentricity and intelligence and sort of that emotional authenticity that really helped build a lot of different roles for that genre. But for me, like I said, at least my favorite role of hers in the Godfather movies. So,
right on.
Yeah. So, all right, we're into 2026. And this was a big one, real big one right here that I wanted to start off with was Catherine O'Hara.
Yeah. For a lot of 90s kids, that one particularly hurts because what's one of our big movies growing up? It was Home Alone. She's the mom in Home Alone. Like, she is a part of all of our childhood growth up. She's part of every Christmas in my family, you know? We see that, we watch that movie, and it just, and that one, because me and Holly were watching The Last of Us Part 2, and she's in that. You're like, she was active still. She was out there doing things still. Like,
yeah. She's in The Studio still. That was, have you seen The Studio?
No, but I know of it.
She's very good in that. She plays like a producer, and she's funny, and she plays it kind of like dual, like funny, but also like dramatic. It's a little bit more of the serious comedy than something like Schitt's Creek, which is like 100% comedy.
Right.
Not 100%. That show has made me cry before, but
I've heard that show's really good. I haven't watched it. I need to.
You haven't seen Schitt's Creek?
No, Holly's annoyed with me that I haven't seen Schitt's Creek.
You should watch Schitt's Creek. So Schitt's Creek, for me and Sarah and I have watched it like the whole show through like 3 times now. And it is wild how well done it is. It introduces this family that they basically introduce as a family that's so wealthy that they've just become bad people. Right. And so you don't like this family, but you're watching because they are funny, you know?
Like a train wreck kind of thing, right?
Yeah, and over the course of the show, they really, really give every one of the characters on it a really good arc, like every one of them. And so it gets very emotional at a certain point, and it's one of those shows that I really do feel like it would. For one, it was the perfect length of a show. It didn't go on for too long. It had a lot of emotional arcs. It's very good. You should check it out. And it's her and Eugene Levy, which. Yeah. For what it's worth, she was acting with him since they were like, I think either teenagers or like in college or whatever. They were doing stuff together. It was them. They were working with John Candy and I think Dan Aykroyd, a bunch of those people. I think I want to say she was from. They were up in Canada. I want to say,
that's right.
But I watched the John Candy documentary, and she was featured heavily in it. And just talking about her working with him and Eugene Levy and all of them in like this little crew that they had, and how all of them just became so big. But she worked with him, Eugene Levy, on a bunch of different things. Right. She worked with John Candy in Home Alone. So, you know, it's crazy. That was one that just completely took me by surprise too.
Yeah, that was one of the ones you mentioned that's just kind of out of left field. Like you didn't think there was any danger of that happening.
Right.
Because she's, as you said, active, and she's in The Studio. She's in The Last of Us. She was the best part of that completely forgettable Beetlejuice movie. Yeah. You know?
But she's great in the original Beetlejuice.
She is.
Fantastic in it. That is like, it's iconic, her role in that.
It is. Like, that's probably her second most famous role because, I mean, Home Alone is Home Alone.
Right.
That's an all-time movie. So, like I said, she was the best part of that Beetlejuice movie. I need to watch Schitt's Creek. Eugene Levy. Her and him did a movie called Best in Show back in the day. I really like. I need to watch again. Yep. That one stung. I can't say it didn't. That one stung.
Yeah, because she was so active that you just thought you had so many more years out of her, you know?
You did.
If somebody had asked me a couple months ago, like, hey, how long do you think Catherine O'Hara will be doing this? I'd have said she'll be doing it for at least another 15 years, right?
Yeah, that's what I was
She was 71. I figured she'd be doing this right into Dick Van Dyke style, you know?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. You never know, though. You never do know.
Yeah. I watched her in something the other day. After she passed, I was like, let's watch something with her in it that we haven't seen before. So we watched this movie called A Mighty Wind.
Oh, that's good.
It's funny. It is so weird, man. It is crazy weird. It's a mockumentary about like folk bands. And it's telling it like through the years. And it's from the same director, I think, as This Is Spinal Tap. So that you know what you're getting there, but it's like weird folk bands, you know, like not like country style, but it's so specific. I really think you should check it out. It's funny.
I would. I definitely am not opposed to that idea. Just looking at it now, I think it was directed by Christopher Guest. Did he do This Is Spinal Tap, or was that Rob Reiner's This Is Spinal Tap?
I don't know.
But still, yeah, I'm with you.
I do not recall. But yeah, she was in Wild Robot too.
Yeah, one of my favorite movies of that year.
Yeah.
I love that
still
movie.
I mean, look at in 2023 she had 1, 2, 3, 4 things. In 2024 she had 3 things. In 25 she had 2 things. You know, so she was very, very active.
Yeah, that one's a real bummer. You know, you said 71. I know that's not a young person, but it's not like Robert Redford at 89 or Gene Hackman at whatever he was when he passed, you know?
Yeah. But I guess closing on her, she was a master of character comedy whose improv instincts and emotional sincerity elevated both satire and mainstream comedy, and she even had some really solid dramatic roles mixed in there too. So
right. The Last of Us, she's not, well, she's a little funny, but she's mostly not there for comedic effect.
How is season 2?
Not as good as season 1, but it's okay. I got past the part where I stopped playing the game, so that's something. I need to get back to the game too. I just haven't been playing games at all.
I only watched, I think, like the first 1 or 2 episodes of the second season, and then I was just like,
yeah. Well, there's a reason for that too.
Yeah.
We don't go into that.
Next up, we've got Robert Duvall.
Yes. Another prolific actor.
Yeah. For him, it's crazy to think about how long he has been acting, because he has like big movies, and he's got so many of them. Like, so we had 101 for Gene Hackman. We had 123 for Catherine O'Hara. We have 145 different acting roles for him.
That's pretty crazy.
And he's in so many different types of movie too.
Mm-hmm.
That it's just crazy to see. Like, you know, so you've got The Godfather 1 and 2, which some of the best movies ever made, right? You know, they're frequently showing up on everybody's not even just top 10 lists, top 5, top 3, top 1, you know? And then we've got Apocalypse Now, same director, he's fantastic in it. But then you've got movies like Gone in 60 Seconds thrown in there too, you know? And Falling Down. You've seen Falling Down, right?
Oh yeah, like Falling Down a lot. Gods and Generals, where you got to play Robert E. Lee. Like, the dude did everything.
Yeah. He's in Jack Reacher.
Yep. Randomly.
Yeah. He had a ton of the Western roles. A ton of them. He was one of those guys that got super into that. So like Lonesome Dove and Open Range.
I was gonna say, that's one of my favorites. I love Open Range. I know it's probably not everyone's cup of tea, but I thoroughly enjoy that movie. And
I gotta see that one. I haven't seen that yet still.
Yeah, you should watch that one. I think you'll like it.
Yeah, I remember that came up on your 2003 list.
That's right. Yeah. Go back and watch that if you haven't, people.
I want to come back to Gone in 60 Seconds for a second. What do you think about that movie?
I love that movie. It's bonkers. It's Nick Cage, pure Nick Cage. It's got such a great, fun cast. It's one of the best, like, just put on, turn your brain off, and enjoy movies.
Right.
I think.
And it's such a clear, like, line in the sand. It came out in 2000.
Yeah.
Like, hey, 90s are over, people. This is what it is. Like, it is. They drew a line in the sand with that movie and be like, this is what we're doing now.
Right.
You know?
Here's Dreadlock, Angelina Jolie.
Yeah.
2000 gonna be crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, you got Timothy Olyphant is in that. Delroy Lindo is in it.
Vinnie Jones was in that, right?
Yeah. Scott Conn.
Yeah, just a crazy cast. Giovanni Ribisi.
Yeah, the dude that plays the bunny in Donnie Darko.
Just a crazy cast. Will Patton's in it. Yeah. Timothy Olyphant. Yeah.
Will Patton. So
he's one of those guys.
Yeah, he's somebody that a lot of people might say they don't know his name, but as soon as you show a picture, they're like, "Oh yeah, I know him from this, and this."
He's one of those that guy actors.
Yeah, so reliable.
Yeah. But yeah, that's a fun movie. That's one I got to show Holly. I think it's just like I said. I keep going back to the same point, but I don't think of another word for that movie other than just a good time.
Yeah. Have you seen Secondhand Lions?
That's him and Michael Caine, right? And a little dude from I don't know why that, but the kid from Sixth Sense, right?
Yeah, Haley Joel Osment.
Yeah, that's a fun movie, actually. I did like that one quite a bit.
Yeah, I love this movie. It's so heartwarming, you know? Mm-hmm. It's a very good movie. I highly recommend anybody check that out. Coming of age comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic movie. Highly
It
recommend.
really is. Like that's one I would like. You should watch Open Range. Obviously, I think Pat, but like if the general audience wants something to make himself, like you said, feel good, pop that one on.
Yeah. You want to feel not so good? Have you seen We Own the Night?
Is that the Joaquin Phoenix? There's no big name in it.
Joaquin Phoenix, Mark Wahlberg, Eva Mendes. So
I saw it, but it's not coming back to me.
So Joaquin Phoenix is like a criminal, and Mark Wahlberg's his brother, and he's a cop. And Robert Duvall is their father, who is a police officer. And so it's surprisingly good. I remember the first time I saw it, I was like, I don't know. But I've seen it like a bunch of times since, and it's one of those movies that kind of like wears on you over time. Because I think on one hand, grows on you over time. I think on one hand, it doesn't quite do as much as it should with that cast. But on the other hand, they do some pretty cool stuff in it nonetheless. And they make some interesting decisions on where everything goes. And my college roommate really, really, really liked that movie. So that's why I saw that so many times.
I need to get that another chance thing. I know I saw it. I had no memory of it. That was like peak, like my crush on Eva Mendes time too. So like I know I saw it. I know I've seen that movie, but it doesn't ring a bell at all. I'll give it another watch. Yeah,
Eva Mendes is good. You seen? Speaking of her and Mark Wahlberg, have you seen The Other Guys?
Yeah,
she's really good in that.
She is. That she's. I don't like Wahlberg, you know this, but that's an enjoyable movie too.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of that movie. I saw that. That's one I saw at the movies twice.
Nice. That's a rarity.
Yeah.
What's the last movie you saw at the theater twice?
The last movie I saw in theaters twice was Sinners.
Sinners. Yeah. Could have guessed that.
Yep. Yeah, there's just like looking through his. I feel like he's got the most like good movies on his list too. Like damn near every one of these movies is good. You got Days of Thunder. There's such a variety here too. Because
The Apostle, I never watched, but I heard it's really good.
Yeah, I never saw that one either, but yeah.
Phenomenon, he was in that.
Phenomenon. Sling Blade. Ain't no gas in it.
French fry mashed potatoes. That movie.
I don't think I got no reason to kill nobody.
That's good. That's really good.
I've never seen that movie either, mind you. All of that is from trailers. I've just seen a lot of trailers.
I saw Sling Blade when it first came out, and that's one that sticks with you.
Yeah, I'm sure.
His Oscar win was for Lonesome Dove, which I've never seen, though.
Yeah, a lot of people like that one.
Oh, he's nominated a bunch.
The Judge. Have you seen The Judge?
Nope.
So it's him and Robert Downey Jr.
Okay.
It was made in 2014, sort of in the midst of Robert Downey's comeback here. Yeah. Very strong cast. We got Vera Farmiga, Billy Bob Thornton, Vincent D'Onofrio, Dax Shepard, Jeremy Strong, David Krumholtz.
Nice.
Yeah.
I've not heard that movie. No, that's one I have no recollection of.
Yeah. So Robert Downey Jr. is I think he's a lawyer, and he gets a call that his father has been arrested for murder, and his father's like the town judge. Him and his father are estranged, and so he has to go back to his hometown to defend his father in court. And while they're doing that, they have to work out all their issues as to, why they're estranged and what led them to this point. And it's a really good movie. I highly recommend it.
Okay. Yeah, it sounds good. I just don't know how I missed it.
Yeah. I don't know how you missed it either, Dan.
Life.
But yeah, Robert Duvall, one of cinema's most respected character actors, celebrating for understated performances defined by precision, restraint, and authenticity.
Yep.
He's another one of those like Gene Hackman that you don't get that type of actor anymore, it seems like,
Right.
Where it seems like my great uncle on the screen,
Right. Like you see it and he just brings a certain class. Is class the word, or just like impact? Impact might be the word. You see him in a movie, like, okay, he's gonna bring it and he's gonna do his role fantastically, and you're gonna know that this is his movie,
Yeah. And he's the type of actor that would somebody like that last in today's Hollywood? I don't know. It's something that I think about every now and then. If Gene Hackman came to Hollywood right now, would he make it? The same way he did back then? Would he get the leading roles he got back then? I don't know.
I mean, who's big movie stars right now? We got like what? Glenn Powell's kind of the main dude right now. Like, is he that level of guy, or is he wasn't like a super like buff guy. He was just kind of like just a good intense actor.
Yeah. Well, and it's
Like,
interesting too, because I think another aspect of it is that they don't make as many movies as they used to. You know.
Right. Sad.
Something to think about, audience. The next one I got here, James Van Der Beek.
Yeah, that was unfortunately not. That was before his time situation due to terrible disease that we all unfortunately probably have been affected at some point. But 90s heartthrob, definitely put on the map for one of the quintessential teen dramas of all time, Dawson's Creek, which I never actually sat down and watched, but I knew of it. It was very much of my time, but just I didn't get into that one.
Yeah, I don't know that. Like, I feel like it's one you just had to have watched when it came out. You know, like I don't know if it would be an experience to watch it now because it'd be interesting to see how everything is aged.
Probably,
you know, but it's 1998, and 90s teen dramas like that tend to not age as well.
No.
So I don't know how well it aged, but I did watch it live, and the cast from that is crazy. Kevin Williamson created that show,
right,
for what it's worth. But it's got him, it's got Katie Holmes, it's got Michelle Williams, Joshua Jackson. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah. Those people all went on to have at least decent Hollywood careers.
Yeah. Busy Phillips was in it, Michael Pitt.
Yeah. You'd almost say like outside of like for like big Hollywood movies, outside of Varsity Blues, kind of James was more of a TV star, I would say.
Yeah.
Like, can you think of another big, like, what's his second like big movie after Varsity Blues, which I love, by the way. I think Varsity Blues is an absolute classic.
Rules of Attraction, according to IMDb.
Oh yeah, okay. Forgot about that movie.
I don't know that I've seen Rules of Attraction.
Him and Shannon Sussman.
Remember
her?
I do remember her. Yeah, she was in a lot of stuff in that era too.
Knight's Tale was
the
my
mid
favorite.
2000s.
Yeah. Wait, was she in Knight's Tale? Or am I thinking of Patriot?
She was in A Knight's Tale, yeah.
Okay. All right. Never mind.
She was in what's that movie with Ethan Hawke when he finds Sinister? She was in Sinister 2. She was in One Missed Call.
Yep.
She was in what was that movie with? I think it was called like The Order, maybe, with the guy from A Knight's Tale there.
Heath Ledger?
Yeah.
No, I don't know that one.
He plays a priest, and he's like hunting demons or something.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Trying to find it here.
I think it's called The Order.
But yeah, I mean, like James Van Der Beek was still like prolific. Like I look at his IMDb right now, like tons of TV shows, tons of guest appearances. Like he was still doing stuff as well. He has one of my favorite cameos of all time. I think it's in Scary Movie, or was it not another teen movie? Like where they're in the bedroom.
It's Scary Movie.
It's a Scary Movie. He climbs up to the window. He's like, wrong room, and just leaves.
Yeah. Yeah.
Love that.
That's an all-time classic. I actually had a note down here to make sure I brought that up.
No, nice.
Have you seen Jane Silent Bob Strike Back?
Yeah.
He has a cameo there. He's playing the movie version of Jay.
Yeah, that's right. Those are weird movies. Like, try to sell someone on that movie nowadays that didn't grow up like with those characters being around. You know,
they just did Jane Silent Bob reboot in 2019.
Yeah, no one cared, did they?
I don't know. I mean, I think it did decently.
I'm joking.
The thing about Kevin Smith is he's got a very dedicated fan base from all of his podcasting and everything, and I believe that's one that he like took on the road with him and did like a Jane Silent Bob reboot roadshow type thing, if I remember correctly, where you could go see it with him and do a Q&A afterwards. And so that was a really cool thing that he did for that. But he has a very dedicated fan base, Kevin Smith does.
For sure.
I've listened to a bunch of his podcast episodes, and I really like him. Seems to be a pretty down-to-earth dude. There was this whole thing that happened to him that he was talking about the other day where he basically said that the way he put it was, he's like, I was in the loony bin. I read an interview with him where he was talking about how he had a sort of mental breakdown because he had been going basically for so long, doing so many public appearances and the podcasting and selling ads and hosting things, that he said that he had invented sort of a persona for himself that he presented to the public. And he was doing that so often that, like, you know, you start to blur the lines of like he felt like he was working all the time, you know, because you're doing so many interviews, you're doing so many hosting gigs, that he was never able to turn his job off because of that, and it really took its toll on him.
I did not know that.
Yeah, but he worked with James Van Der Beek a bunch of times, you know, on Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back and Jay and Silent Bob Reboot, and they knew each other well. And so he was talking about how much he meant to him. And I mean, everybody that worked with James Van Der Beek, for what it's worth, said that he was an absolute pleasure of a person to be around, and was just a very nice guy, you know, which you don't get a lot of that in Hollywood. So it's
You do not.
unfortunate when that happens.
Yeah, that one bummed me out too. Like, obviously none of them are gonna make me feel good, but like the tragic ones, the ones that like go back to like Chadwick Boseman, like they were sick and you just didn't know it, you know, and then all of a sudden just one day just gone.
Yep. It really puts in perspective how many different eras of film overlap between all of these careers. Right. You know, we got Robert Redford from the 60s, we got a couple from the 70s and 80s, but, you know, James Van Der Beek was popular in the 2000s. It's crazy. The 90s and 2000s, late 90s.
Right. It is. It really is.
Yeah. And so this next one, I don't imagine that you will have seen many things, if anything, with this guy in it. But I wanted to bring him up because he is very iconic for some people. Is Eric Dane. You're familiar with him? I
know of him. I never saw anything with him that I can recall. I saw his farewell message to his daughter, and that like brought me to tears. Not even know the dude.
Yeah. For what it's worth, you have seen him in one thing. You've seen him in X-Men: The Last Stand as Multiple Man.
That's right. Oh my God, one of the most underused characters of all time.
Yeah. I know. He was probably thinking the same thing. Like, you guys couldn't do anything with me after this.
Yeah. Like, oh, cool. Like, I'm gonna be in the next movie moving forward. Like, nah, you had those 2 scenes, but.
Yeah. Which is crazy because his big thing that he's known for is Grey's Anatomy. I was talking about him the other day, and I was talking about how one of the big things with him passing away is, so he had ALS. And so he had it for the last year, and he was in the process of divorcing from Rebecca Gayheart. And one of the things that was talked about in the interviews is that she was basically had turned into one of his full-time caregivers, because the way they talked about it is they were still in love with each other, but they just couldn't live together was the thing. And so when he got sick, she was there, and, you know, she was explaining it to their daughters and being like, you know, when something happens to your family, you've got to be there for them. So that was really nice. And so I was talking about that whole thing with Sarah about it, and I was explaining how, like, there was an interview on, and I showed her a clip from it because it was super emotional, but he shot an interview with Netflix while he was sick that he was like, don't air this until I pass away, because ALS is one of those things where you never know how long it's going to be. You know, some people have it for a year. In this case, some people have it for 15, 20 years. You just don't know how quickly it'll move. But so I told her about all of that, and I was like, you know what? You probably know him because you watched Grey's Anatomy. And I showed her a picture of him when he was young in that show, and she was blown away that I had been talking about that actor the entire time. And it really, really brought her down. I brought up watching the Netflix thing, and she didn't even want to watch it. She was like, no, that's going to make me so sad. But yeah, he was on that show for 15 years. 145 episodes he was on there. Like, that's crazy. And so he made a huge impact on that, you know, that fan base. And I mean, for what it's worth, that show is iconic in its own way. I didn't watch it, but you know,
it wasn't for me, but
it wasn't for me, but you know, its impact and his impact on it can't be understated. I did just watch him in an Amazon show, Countdown, that had him and Jensen Ackles and a few people that they're basically hunting terrorists. I think they were trying to prime it up to be like a new NCIS or something like that. It was actually a pretty solid show. I had a really good time with it. It was a little bit cheesy, you're going to get that from a Jensen Ackles show like that. But I actually really enjoyed it, and it got canceled after one season. But he was like the guy running the team, and he was actually really good on it.
Okay, I'd watch that. Does it end like satisfyingly, or is it like, oh, here comes sequels and they never come?
No, it ends satisfyingly. So it's the whole thing with it is that what made it different from like NCIS and those is that the cases they're working last multiple episodes. So the first case they worked lasted like 7 episodes, and then I think they worked 2 cases over the course of the season, and it was like 7 episodes, and then one case that lasted like 3 or 4 episodes. And so it's got an ongoing storyline the whole time, which that's what I think really, that's why I liked it. And they wrap up the cases, so that was good.
No, that's good. I'd watch that. Like, that sounds interesting.
Yeah, Amazon Prime, you can watch it anytime.
I can.
He was also, have you seen Feast, the horror movie?
Yes, I was just Googled that. I didn't realize that was him in that role, but yeah. You go ahead.
Well, it's him. Yeah, that's all I was gonna say.
He gets introduced in that movie. He's actually called Hero, is his name, his character's name, and you think he's gonna be the big hero of the movie, and it does a 180 on you.
Yeah, he rolls into it with real like Josh Duhamel energy.
Yes, that was probably the best part of that movie. It was an okay one. It was all right.
Yeah, I liked Feast. I didn't see the second or third.
I didn't know there was a second or third.
There are 3. Yep.
No,
that's one that like I feel like they could resurrect that.
Why not?
Remake Feast. Come on.
Horror's making a killing at the box office still.
It is. Give it to us.
We need sense.
All right. Next person I had here is Tom Noonan. Remember him? I was talking about him in the group chat the other day.
You did, and I meant to Google it. I didn't. So go ahead, and I will get back to you in 1 second.
Okay, so Tom Noonan is known primarily for, once again, being one of these character actors that just shows up in a ton of movies. He has a very unique look to him, and it really lends himself to a lot of these roles. And he's got a very eerie way of acting. So he was in The X-Files, very good in The X-Files. He was in RoboCop 2. Oh, yeah. He was in Manhunter. If you've seen Manhunter, he
was the original Tooth Fairy.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's Michael Mann. Brian Cox as Hannibal Lecter. Like, that's a quality movie, and it's got a good score to it too.
Kind of forgotten that one.
It gets overshadowed because Anthony Hopkins just destroys that role. So it just overshadows everything about that original movie, but it is a good movie.
It really is enjoyable. Like the Brian Cox, Hannibal Lecter is, as you said, good. Not to go too far because we're talking about Tom Noonan, but yeah, he's great in that too, I think. And I just saw his filmography here. One of my favorite short-lived TV shows, Hell on Wheels. Did you ever see that?
I did see Hell on Wheels.
Yeah, he's a big part of that.
I watched the first, I think, like 2 seasons of that show.
I made 3, I think. So you almost made it. You almost made it through the whole thing.
I almost made it. I just felt like they were spinning their wheels at a certain point.
Haha.
It was good though. I liked it. Yeah. Last Action Hero though, that's the one most people will know him from. He plays the actor with the yellow rain jacket and the giant axe.
Yeah.
For what it's worth, Last Action Hero, I feel like is so underrated. I'm a huge fan of that movie. I mean, you've got the bad guy in that movie is the guy that plays the Father Lannister from Game of Thrones. Yep. And he's great in that movie.
That just came right to me.
What's that?
Charles Dance.
Yeah. He was in so many good movies in that 90s era, you know? Mm-hmm. That like I don't realize were him, you know. He was in Alien 3. Yeah.
But yeah, Tom Noonan, prolific actor. Like he's in so many movies and TV shows, and yeah.
He's in Heat.
Yeah. 8-Legged Freaks, Knockaround Guys, all over the place.
Monster Squad.
Yeah.
Says one of his big movies was Synecdoche, New York. Have you seen that one?
Never heard of it. I've been there.
I've never seen it. It's Charlie Kaufman. You know him?
Kind of.
So he directed Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, Adaptation, Being John Malkovich. Okay. So a lot of really bizarre movies. I've not seen this one, but I think Adam said it was good.
Or Adam. That sounds about right. When I went to Cobleskill, I knew a kid from Schenectady, and I went there. So
it's Synecdoche, not Schenectady.
Well, my bad.
I think that's what they're going for is the confusion there, though.
Yeah.
But yeah, Tom Noonan brings a certain level of distinction and haunting presence to every one of his roles. And while a lot of people might not know him from his name, most people will have seen him in a role and maybe not even known it.
Right. I definitely didn't know him until I found the photo, and then once I saw the photo, it all connected.
Yeah. All right, so the last one I have here, Robert Carradine. Did you see this?
Right, the Revenge of the Nerds guy, right?
Yep, exactly. So he is another one of the Carradine brothers there. I think there's only one of those left now. But yeah, he's known for Revenge of the Nerds. I knew him pretty well for being the father on Lizzie McGuire, which I did dabble in here and there during the during the early 2000s there on the Disney Channel. But also, he was good friends with John Carpenter, and he was in Escape from L.A., Ghosts of Mars, and Body Bag.
The anthology one, right?
Yeah, exactly. Didn't we watch that when we were in
We
Philly?
tried to, but we were so tired. I don't think we made it through it.
Yeah, we saw his segment, though. He was the gas station attendant
Yeah,
guy.
that was fun.
And then in Escape from L.A., he's the skinhead on the island that tries to throw the knife at... he's playing like target practice with the knives, and I think he throws a knife at Snake Plissken, and then Snake just like blows him away in the alleyway. Very good scene. But then in Ghosts of Mars, he's like one of the main characters there.
He's got like 5 movies still in post-production.
Yeah. It's weird when you see like a TV father pass away like that, you know?
Yeah, because like they grow up and you kind of have a little bit of a distinction of him as being a father figure to an extent. So it always kind of hits you a little bit. Like even like going back to Home Alone, when the father from Home Alone died, that kind of hit you a little bit more too. Because like you don't know that guy outside of that role really. No disrespect to him, but like he's the dad from Home Alone, just like how the mom now has passed away too. It just because you see him in that role and your brain's kind of like, oh, dadish or momish, you know?
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Yeah, it's sad, and it kind of it hits close to home.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, Robert Carradine, versatile performer, connected to both counterculture cinema, mainstream comedy, and represented a multi-generation Hollywood acting family. So, sad to see another one of those guys go.
It is. 2026 can calm down. We're only like 2 months in, and it can stop.
Yeah, and that's why I kind of wanted to do this, is we've lost a lot of well-known actors in a short period of time this year after we lost a lot of big-name actors in 2025. So it's been a tough one. It's sad to see.
It is, because they're part of, like, we're both cinemaphiles, so we love movies, we love TV, and like those people are part of it. And it's not like to the extent of like a family member, but it's someone that it's from that circle, and it bothers you when that happens.
Yeah, for sure.
And unfortunately, part of us, like as we get older, it's going to keep happening, because as we're getting older, they're all getting older too. And it's one of the grim facts about life.
Yep, exactly. All right, but in the midst of all that, the Hollywood wheels keep on turning, and so we got some news to talk about. Lighten things up a little bit here.
Woo!
So, woo! The first thing I have here is that I saw yesterday that Nathan Fillion posted a video to his social media where he was talking about he knocked on a trailer, and an actress came and opened the door, and he looks up and he's like, "It's time." And it's the actress from Firefly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, did you watch Firefly?
I did. I need to watch it again, but yeah, I liked it.
Yeah, so everybody's like, "It's time for what?" And like she was like, "It's time," and he's like, "It's time." And like that's all they do. And so everybody's predicting that this might mean that there's a Firefly reboot finally coming.
Make a lot of people very happy.
That would really make me happy. I think that it's one of those shows that there was really just so much left in the can on it, so many things you could do with the ideas there.
It cost too much, and they weren't making enough.
Not enough people watched it.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
and it's very unfortunate. That movie's got an all-time TV show. Sorry, there's also a movie like Serenity was the movie, right?
Serenity, yeah.
That franchise, we'll say, has a very big cult following. Like it's very political. Like even like the board game industry that I am part of too. Like there's Firefly board games, Firefly versions of this and that. Like I don't say it's a juggernaut, but it's a well-known IP, and it would be smart of them to
I'm the
bring
juggernaut,
it back.
bitch.
I just saw that movie with my niece and nephew not too long ago. Like I'm part of It was something we actually were able to watch on the ship.
Nice. You're like, you got any X-Men movies? They're like, we got Last Stand. You're like,
Take it.
Okay.
Dude, one of the nights they played movies out on the dock, right? The big old ship, like underneath the pool. Cool setting for a movie. Guess what they played one of the nights?
Jaws the Revenge.
That'd be hilarious. No, My Big Fat Greek Wedding Part 3. They didn't play 1 or 2. They just put 3 out there. Why would you do that?
Maybe they had played the other ones the nights before. I don't know.
No, I was paying attention. They played Wicked and they played F1 and then they played My Big Fat Greek Wedding 3.
Yeah,
makes no sense.
Maybe
it bothered me.
Maybe somebody like just left the DVD on the boat or something.
Maybe just what they had laying around.
But yeah, have you seen Serenity?
Yeah, I need to watch it again. It's a long time ago, but I did like it. Like I like that whole.
It's very good.
Yeah,
I have to imagine Joss Whedon's not going to direct this, right?
I would not think so.
If they did something,
he's either like something happened with him. He's either persona non grata or he just isn't working anymore.
Yeah, it's the former.
Man,
people aren't willing to work with him anymore.
He's abusive, right?
Yeah, that was the whole thing of it, and slightly creepy things that were said about him. Like they said that the young sister in Buffy, like there was a rule of like you can't let him be alone around her, which is terrifying.
That is not something that
Since
should
he's
happen.
like the showrunner,
right?
He was the showrunner of that, right?
He believes so. He was very involved, if not.
Yeah. So yeah, he won't be doing it. But they're doing a reboot of Buffy, so
no.
People were probably like, oh, if people aren't getting upset about a Buffy reboot, then they certainly won't get upset about a Firefly one. Which, for what it's worth, I think people have been very upfront with the fact that they wanted more Firefly. So,
I mean,
do it.
Nathan Fillion right now, his star, it's never really like gotten too big or faded. It's just kind of been there. But now he's got that Green Lantern pull. So,
well, and that's the thing about this show too, is like there are so many big actors in it. You know, you got Nathan Fillion, you got Adam Tudyk, you got Morena Baccarin. Like, yeah, bring them all back. Do it.
I'm in for it. I'd be very happy if they went through with it.
Yeah. All right, next piece. Resurrecting something from our childhood. There is officially a new The Mummy movie with Brendan Fraser and Rachel Weisz in the works. Did you know I was gonna? You knew I was this is what was coming. I saw you start nodding and you never stopped. Yeah,
I know
big news.
Yeah, exciting. Like those first 2 Mummy movies are just absolute classic. Just so much fun. Great time at the cinema, and it feels right for this to happen. You know, if there was a project from our childhood I wanted to see a new version of, it would be this. Like I know there's the horror Mummy coming out very soon, I think, right? Lee Cronin, right?
Yeah, Lee Cronin's The Mummy. That's
coming soon, but like there's room for the action adventure one still too.
Yeah. I've seen things come out about Lee Cronin's The Mummy, and people are saying that it's good. But yeah, this is it's. I think that Brendan Fraser's like appreciation from the public is at it's at an all-time high.
Right.
So yeah, bring him. Do it. Bring the whole cast. Bring everybody.
What was it? The third movie, The Curse of the Dragon, whatever, was not the way to send that franchise out. So hopefully they can.
That movie sucks.
It does. They took
Maria Bello.
Yeah, she tried, but it's not the same character.
Yeah, just don't recast beloved characters when you're pushing this forward. Just say she was on vacation. She's doing stuff over in this other place.
Yeah, she got lost.
Because you're not fooling anybody.
Yeah, we know that's not her.
Yeah, it's very clearly not her, and you are ruining the movie.
And then the son grew up like 20 years in like the space of time too, right? You want to be like a little kid to be in like a full grown like 25-year-old.
Yeah, so he's gotta be like, so what?
40.
Brendan Fraser's like what, in his 50s now, right?
Yeah.
So the son would probably be, I mean, he was in like his 20s in the last one, and that was like 15 years ago. So he's got to be like
45.
Brendan Fraser was born in 1968, so
that's crazy.
I'm gonna do some math here.
What everyone came here for.
57. 57 years old. And when did this last one come out? This last one came out...
I want to say 06, my guess.
8.
Dang, close.
Yeah, you have to imagine that this movie's not gonna hit until probably 2028, right?
Oh, yeah.
So 20 years. The son's gonna have to be in his 40s.
Yeah, in his 40s, yeah.
Are they gonna present our Rick O'Connell as a grandpa in this movie?
They're gonna have to. But cast me as the son. You know, it's fine.
I hope they bring the brother back. He's a lot of fun.
They gotta. He was just. I saw him in one of those Roman shows on HBO briefly. I tried to get into it, couldn't get into it, but he was definitely a big part of that.
Yeah, wasn't
Spartacus?
he in Spartacus? Is that what you're thinking of?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. I remember, let me tell you a funny story about Spartacus. So, somebody I knew in college begged me for what seemed like the longest time to watch that show. And finally one day, I'm like, okay. So I sit down, he sits down, his girlfriend sits down, a couple other people sit down. We all sit down in the lounge to watch that show. And we all sit down, he hits the play button, it starts up, and what do we see? Previously on, and you just see heads getting chopped off. This character dies, this character dies, this character dies, this character dies. And he never stops it.
No one can push to stop? Okay.
He never stops it. We reached the end of the thing, and I don't recall if he did a little bit of scrambling, but he was unsuccessful. And maybe he couldn't find the remote or whatever. I do not recall, because this was, almost 20 years ago at this point. After all of that, he's like, "Oh shit, I got to take it back. I'll take it back to the first season." And I was like, "No, I'm good."
Oh, you ruined it. Yeah.
He's like, "What?" I was like, "Yeah, it's ruined." And then he's like, "Well, you want to just start it from this one?" I was like, "No, I don't really want to do that either. I think I'm just good on this show."
That's like showing someone the Red Wedding and have the recap of showing someone the Game of Thrones and have the recap of the Red Wedding be the first thing they saw.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So that's my experience with Spartacus. But yeah, the new Mummy movie, pretty excited about it. We know nothing other than that's going to happen. So,
and I'm going to go see it.
Yep. Did you watch the Spider-Noir trailer?
No, I haven't seen that yet. I know it's out, just haven't caught it.
Looks really good. It's in black and white.
I was on a boat for a week, man. I'm behind.
I'm on a boat. Well, you got to check it out. It's very good. It looks awesome. It looks like exactly what you want it to be.
Hell yeah.
Leaning hard into the Nicolas Cage. I saw an interview with them where they were talking about their experience working with Nicolas Cage, and they said that he was doing his scenes and everything was fine the way he was doing it. But then there came a point where they were like, "Do you think you could go a little further?"
Oh,
He's
no.
like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "They're like, take it further." He's like further? Oh, he's like, "Oh, you want the full cage?" And they're like, "Yeah, we want the full cage on this."
Never do.
And he's like, "All right, here we go."
That's terrifying. I'd never go full cage.
So I'm excited to see the full cage because I like me a full cage.
And it's an IP that's familiar, but also different. You know of Spider-Man Noir. Obviously, he became more mainstream with the Spider-Verse movies, the animated ones. But it's a side story, so you don't have to worry about tying into Marvel lore. You can just be your own thing, which I think is exciting. Because we do. Unfortunately, the Marvel thing is a thing. Obviously, we talked about before. But this can be its own animal, and I hope they go crazy with it, which just sounds like they're gonna.
They have him playing Ben Reilly.
Yeah, not Peter Parker.
Exactly. So they've got a lot more flexibility because of that. It's probably because of that. They probably were like, the only way we can successfully do this is if we set it apart from the Spider-Man lore, and you can't do that if
with
it's Peter Parker.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, I'm excited about it. It looks good. Check that trailer out.
I will.
And the other thing I have here, transitioning right to more Spider-Man stuff, is that Sony has confirmed that they will be rebooting the Spider-Man spin-off franchises that they tried and failed at with new actors.
Why? Leave it dead. No one wants that. Nobody one wants that. Leave it dead. You're not making enough money. So how can you make enough money off of that?
They're convinced that they can somehow, they're like, I got to figure out how to make money off this thing.
Don't. Just be happy with what you got, man. Just make the video games. You can make the video games. Make the video games. Stop with the movies.
Yeah.
No one wants Morbius again. No one wants freaking Venom again. No one wants Madam Web again. Dear God.
You're going to get another Madam Web.
It's going to be, no, maybe it won't be complete ass.
It will be.
It will be.
Whatever they do is probably going to be bad. So we're
getting
more of it.
God damn it. I mean, yeah, no, I'm going to stick with that reaction. That makes me mad. Literally
You
done.
just ruined my night.
I was hoping they were done with it. I hope they're taking the L and moving on with their lives, and they're not.
No L taken.
Ugh.
They've taken the L and have said, "Please, sir, may I have another?"
Yes. Well, good luck to them. Maybe it'll be good.
Yeah.
It
All
will
right.
be.
Final thing: the physical media showcase. You got anything this week?
I do actually. Something
Look at
I'm
my
kind
boy.
of something I'm kind of proud I found. So I found this guy.
Oh, nice. That's a
So-
lot of fun.
The VHS trilogy of the '90s Alien movies.
Nice.
Well, the '90s release of the Alien movies, but yeah, I've never seen this before. Came across it, I'm like, I gotta grab that.
This will
Oh,
look
yeah.
great on a shelf.
It will. It really will.
Yeah.
I've never seen this version of Alien 3. Like I had those other two growing up, but I never saw the yellow weird.
Oh, nice. I
Which
wonder what
means-
trailers are going to be on those. I bet
Oh, dude.
the trailers are going to be awesome.
What year is this ever released? '93 was released. So what's that? Jurassic Park.
That's cool.
But yeah, I thought that was awesome. I thought you'd like that, and yeah, it's gonna look awesome on the shelf.
I do like that. I would have grabbed that too.
You want you paid for it?
$10.
99 cents.
I'd buy that for $1.
I did. I'm not gonna sell it for $1. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, right. That's crazy. You got that at like that secondhand store you guys like?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
And usually that place has gotten kind of bad with prices, but I'm walking by, I see that, I'm like, that's got to be wrong. And I'm
right?
like,
That's
oh.
like giving it away. 99 cents. That's crazy.
Yeah, I thought maybe it was like 99 cents for each movie or something. I got up there, the lady's like, nope, it's $1.08 or whatever with tax. I'm like, okay, here you go, bye.
Yeah. That's cheaper than in Arizona now.
Yeah, that's crazy. That is insane, but you're right.
All right. I got the 4K Steelbook of The Crow.
Oh, nice.
And watch this.
Ooh, that's nice.
Yeah. And then the back is that iconic shot.
Mm-hmm.
And the inside, you got your official Crow stuff going on.
That's cool.
So yeah, 4K Steelbook. There's two different versions of this. The other version is instead of him, it's his eyes. So there's like the Crow like outline right here, and his eyes are right here. When you pull it up, is his like full face. It's really cool version of it. And so this is the one that was on sale. This thing went crazy quick last time it was up, and so the moment I saw it on Walmart and it was only $20, I was like, done. And then it was like, but you have to pay $6 for shipping, and I was like, not if I find another thing. So so I went and I found another 4K Steelbook that was on sale for $20, and I was like, hey, two good deals, I'll take it.
Yeah, and then you have to worry about the shipping.
Exactly. They're like, got him.
No, you don't.
And I'll tell
do.
you what the other one is next time.
All right. You ever gonna watch the Bill Skarsgård Crow? I don't think I'm going to.
No. I believe you get your ass kicked for saying that. It's one of those things where the fact that they tried to just straight up remake this pisses me off.
Yeah.
You know, I think Ernie Hudson said it best when he said that this is kind of a sacred thing, and he doesn't think they should be remaking this. He would have been fine if they had done sort of like a spiritual sequel or a reboot that
character.
didn't include Eric Draven.
Exactly.
He was of the opinion, and I agree with him, that they should retire in the movie form the Eric Draven character and just do other forms of the Crow. And I completely agree with that.
I do too. Like the Crow doesn't have to be Eric Draven. Like they said, like you can have different stories, same idea, but not the same character.
Right. And for what it's worth, I was thinking about that. So I've watched this once already, and it is very good. The 4K transfer is solid. I've seen the movie a bunch of times, but I've watched this 4K edition of it once now. And there was one specific scene where Eric Draven's like at Sherry's. He's at his fiance's grave, and it looks so good. Not every shot in the movie looks fantastic like that,
no.
but it does look much better than, say, watching it on streaming, because I did that just last fall, and so it's a good transfer. And there are a couple scenes that I was like, oh, that's really nice right there. But I was thinking about the whole fact that they weren't able to really duplicate the success of this since then. I haven't seen the sequels. I've seen all of them, but I haven't seen them since I was a kid, really. Right. And I'm not going to watch this reboot. But it was occurring to me that I was wondering, like, why have they not had more success with this franchise? Because it is a cool idea, and the only thing I can think of is that they're just too beholden to trying to duplicate the same exact movie as the first one, you know? And I think the only way out of that is to do something completely different with it. Right. You know, do what the Predator franchise has done. Because what they've essentially tried to do with this, and I was thinking about it because I've done so many different things on the Predator franchise lately, is what they have done is imagine if the Predator franchise in every movie was muscle-bound dudes in the jungle. Now we're watching John Cena in the jungle getting hunted by a predator. Like, you would be sick of it. And you'd have diminishing returns, and by this point, you know, it would be no-name actors, you know, with Steve Austin in the jungle, you know?
Or Stone Cold.
That's what I was thinking about. Is like, that's why. Like, they've just tried to recreate the exact same movie in the exact same style over and over and over.
It doesn't
work.
Yeah,
it doesn't work. They need to try something else with it. And so I think if there's ever going to be hope for what it's worth, I don't think they ever need to create another The Crow movie. I don't think they do. I think we're good with what we've got. But if they do, and they probably will, they need to do something completely different. They need to do, like, I don't know, The Crow in, like, medieval times. Could you imagine, like, a medieval Crow, like in the 1500s or something?
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
A samurai one, World War II one, like try something different.
Yeah. What I was thinking about too is how they could really leverage one of my favorite, like, architectural scenes of the movie is when they're fighting on top of the church. Mm-hmm. And you could sort of, like, leverage some of that feeling in, like, the 1500s through, like, what's that game where you're playing Assassin's Creed, where, like, you know, leverage a bunch of, like, that, like, 1500s, like, or 1500s, like, Italian architecture during that time, and have the Crow resurrect somebody then. And I mean, for what it's worth, I don't even think you need to do the face makeup every time. You can come up with something that's a play on that, but, like, I don't think that's an essential part of the character, you know? I mean, he does that because it harkens back to his band. And so it's like, you need to do something different.
You might be stealing too much from the Assassin's Creed franchise, but you could just do, like, a hoodie, then, like, pulls it down, you know?
Yeah, that's 100%.
That's probably taking too much from the Assassin's Creed franchise, but, I mean, at least it'd be different.
That's a good idea, and I would say definitely do that, but maybe just don't do those two things in the same movie, right?
Right. Right. Because then it's just Assassin's Creed.
Yeah. Which, hey, it might end up being a better version than the Assassin's Creed movie we got.
I forgot that exists. That's right.
Yeah.
The Fastback.
But yeah, I'm a big fan of this, and I think that it's so difficult this movie's, like, revered at this point. It's got, like, a mythological nature to it. It's so difficult to recreate the magic of how that worked out, because by all accounts it shouldn't have. You know, like, every time I watch it, I'm surprised at the fact that, like, he doesn't really appear until 20 minutes into the movie. Like, the first scene, he's already dead. You know, and it's because they had to work around the fact that they lost their star in the making of it.
Yeah.
And that's why I chose this, because I was like, you know, if we're doing an episode on actors who have passed away, and this just came in the mail 2 days ago, so it was still relevant. But it was, it worked out, and I didn't really plan it, so it was like that was a huge blow, losing Brandon Lee in that, and it's so hard to. How do you recover from that, you know?
It was amazing they got the movie finished, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and they basically invented technologies to do it. It's crazy to think, too, that in a bunch of those scenes, you're watching the director of the John Wick movies.
Right.
As a stand-in for Brandon Lee. Wild.
It's insane.
Yeah. But yeah, that's all I got.
Me too, my friend.
Cool. Well, thanks for joining this week.
Of course.
Good to have you back.
Yeah.
After your very wonderful vacation.
It was an adventure.
Yeah. It was Dan's own little Poseidon adventure. All right. Thanks for catching another episode of the Bark Knight Podcast. Follow, subscribe, and leave a rating to help keep the reels turning. And visit Bark Knight Media to find the latest episodes, blog articles, and to sign up for our newsletter. Until next time, keep celebrating great stories on and off the screen. Thank you.